Hey you guys, Bailey R here. I hope you're all having a great day, and today I am doing my very first ever response video. Now, a lot of YouTubers have already made a response to this guy, like Countblagorath, Wyattxhim, Kevin Lohse, Charlie Pettifer, Hugh Morgan, Darkness Shadows 666, so go check out all of their response videos. And they all brought up a lot of great points. And I just wanted to give my 2 cents on this because, for me, this just has to be said. I don't know if I'll really do any more response videos after this, but yeah. So I'm doing a response video to Black Metal Werewolf and his video, The Point of Deathcore. Now, I am not attacking this guy personally, okay? I don't know this guy personally, and I don't have a problem with you personally, okay? But I'm just telling you why I think the stuff you were saying in your videos is completely false and untrue. So yeah, so he asks, what's the point of deathcore? You know, he said he listened to Suicide Silence, Whitechapel, and Carnifex, and he said that he didn't think deathcore and metalcore were that much different, and that deathcore, pig squealing core, and grindcore were just edgier names for metalcore. So right off the bat, before we even talk about the subject at hand, you already made one big giant mistake. Deathcore and metalcore are different, okay? They're different. I don't know how you can say they're the same unless you've literally only listened to like one band for each genre. But like even then, I don't know how you can say they sound the same. Pig squealing core, that's not even a thing, so I'm not even going to talk about that because that's not even a thing. And saying grindcore is the same as deathcore and metalcore, grindcore is nothing like deathcore and metalcore. Absolutely nothing like it. So you've obviously never listened to bands like Napalm Death, Pig Destroyer, Wormrot, The Secret, hell, even On the Throck. They add a lot of grindcore into their music. You obviously never listened to those bands if you say grindcore is the same as deathcore and metalcore. So that's false. And you only looked up the 3 biggest names in the genre. Only the 3 biggest names in deathcore. You didn't try to explore a bunch of bands in the deathcore genre. You only listened to the 3 biggest names. I guarantee you he probably just typed in deathcore into the search engine on YouTube, and the first 3 bands to pop up were Whitechapel, Suicide Silence, and Carnifex. Now, he basically talked about each band. He said Suicide Silence really wasn't his thing. Alright, that's fine. People have different opinions. That's fine. But then he says they just didn't sound that much different than any other metalcore band. They're not metalcore. Okay? They're not metalcore. Like, okay, listen to Suicide Silence again, and then go listen to bands like Converge or Zayo or fucking hell, I don't know, even August Burns Red, and then come and say that, yeah, those bands sound exactly the same. Especially Zayo and Converge, who are very, very dark and heavy for metalcore. Whitechapel and Carnifex, he just said he thought they were both alright, they were both mediocre, yada yada. That's it, okay? That's his opinion. Other people have different opinions. He could have just left it at that, but no, he had to keep going. He then asks, what's the point of deathcore? Because he feels like deathcore is a branch off of death metal, which it is. That's literally the only thing in this whole video you were actually right on. Deathcore is a branch off of death metal. And he compared it to saying, well, if I'm doing less work than another employee at my job, I'm not going to get a bigger raise by doing less. So therefore, deathcore bands are doing less than death metal bands, and they are less metal, which is absolute fucking horse shit. That is absolute horse shit. Okay? In my opinion, deathcore can be just as heavy, if not heavier, than death metal. Just check out bands like Black Tongue, Lorna Shore, Oceano, Early Suicide Silence, Slaughter to Prevail, Traitors, God of Nothing. You know, check out bands like that. Every band I just named there are heavy and even create a dark sort of atmosphere to their music. Sure, they play slower, but that's because they want to. And that brings me to another ridiculous statement he made. He thinks metal is basically about going above and beyond each other and outdoing each other to see who can be the fastest and who could be the heaviest and who could be the darkest. Like it's basically a competition. Metal is not a competition. Okay, it's not about being the darkest. It's not about being the fastest. It's not about being the heaviest. That is ridiculous to say. So, if that's the case, why do you still listen to thrash metal? I mean, the only thrash band you ever mention is Slayer, but... Because, yeah, I have watched some of his other videos, and I'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, then why do you still listen to thrash metal? What's the point of thrash metal if death metal exists? What's the point of traditional, regular, heavy metal if death metal exists? What's the point of doom metal if death metal exists? Like, should we just completely stop listening to doom metal? You know, bands like Swallow the Sun, Shape of Despair, Ahab. Should we stop listening to those genres because they're not as heavy or as fast or aggressive? That'd be like saying, what's the point of those genres? And actually, what's the point of death metal if black metal is around? Especially bands like Revenge, Abyssal, Portal, Evangelist, Intolitarian, Goat Penis. You know, like what's the point of death metal when you got bands like that? Oh, and even Tetragrammaticide. Because every band I just named is way, 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 way more heavier and darker than pretty much any death metal band you can think of. I guarantee it. Every band I just named is darker and heavier than probably any death metal band. And he goes on to talk about like bands like Cannibal Corpse and Obituary and Death, which by the way are pretty much like the only death metal bands he ever talks about in his videos. He talks about maybe a couple more and that's it. And how their album artworks were gory and gross and they're really fast and hardcore, blah blah blah. So again, you're only talking about the biggest names in a genre. You're not even expanding like what else there is in death metal. You're not branching out. You're just completely basically listening to what's spoon-fed to you. Which that's not what metal's about. Like, if you're a metalhead, for me, you should try to explore every genre you like and try to find a bunch of new bands from each genre. And like, if you just listen to the most popular bands in each genre, then I don't know, but yeah. And then he also goes on to compare metal subgenres to brands of cereal. What the actual fuck? Like, what the fuck? How are they like brands of cereal? Like, oh my. And he even asked, why do people listen to deathcore when death metal is already available? People listen to deathcore because they like it. Why is that hard to understand? That's like asking someone, why do you listen to black metal? Because they like it. You know, people like deathcore because that's their opinion. I like deathcore. I actually happen to like a lot of deathcore. Not all of it, obviously, but even myself, I like deathcore. You know, people like bands like Suicide Silence, Carnifex, Whitechapel, Lorna Shore, Black Tongue, Oceano, Despised Icon, The Red Chord, Dired as Murder, fucking just Slaughter to Prevail, Rings of Saturn, Infant Annihilator, because it's their opinion. People like those bands because, well, they just do. That's why people listen to deathcore, and that's what the point of deathcore is. For people to enjoy it. That's the point of pretty much every music genre, is for people to enjoy it. And again, dude, I have nothing against you personally, okay? I don't know how you are in person, and I'm not going to attack you personally, okay? It's just, you're making these false statements and not even being, you're not even objectifying why you're saying why you're saying. You're asking the point of a genre, which that's stupid, okay? That's just stupid. Yeah, that's really all I gotta say. I don't know. That's all I gotta say. Again, guys, this is my very first response video, so if I didn't really do that good of a job, again, I've never done one before, but yeah. But that's my opinion. Don't come down my throat. Like don't come at me just because I made a video about this guy. And if you actually happen to agree with him, and yes, people were actually agreeing with this guy. I checked out some of the comments, and people were saying, "Oh, yeah, right, dude, you're right. Like, deathcore is like for college kids and teenagers who wear skinny jeans and they try to act hardcore, and you know, and they pretend they like heavy music, and like it's why." Why do people still say this stupid shit? Why? And even if someone dressed that way, who cares? Does that make them less metal? Or less of a metalhead? No! But, yeah. Again, guys, I just feel like I'm going in circles here. That's all I gotta say. If you feel free to tell me how you feel about my response video and also about Black Metal Werewolf and what is the point of deathcore video. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. And yeah. Well, yeah, guys, that's my response video. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. If you didn't, oh well. So yeah, guys, as always, guys, thank you for liking my videos, watching me, guys, and subscribing. I really do appreciate it, guys, and you guys are fucking awesome. So peace out, keep it metal, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.